Good morning, my dear students. I hope you are safe and secure at home. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to our geography online class. Children, due to the COVID effect, we have started online classes. Yes, since we do not have the more number of working days. So, the government removed some lessons. Sixth lesson India population, seventh lesson settlements migrations, eighth lesson Rampur a village economy, ninth lesson globalization. So those lessons are included project work. Now let us start 10th lesson food security. In the pre-independent India, famine situation of extreme scarcity of food were a common cause of large-scale starvation deaths. The Bengal famine in 1943 to 45, for example, took about 3 to 5 million people's lives in and around Bengal, Assam and Odisha. So, food security, before we are going to the topic, earlier before we got independence in 1943 to 45, we have faced so many food problems like famine, drought existing in our country. Why do we have during 1943 to 45 famines, drought, all these things? What is the meaning of famine? What do the meaning of word drought? Famine means when we get it for a long period of time, like 5 years, 10 years, when we fail the crops to get or fulfill the needs to eat our daily needs, especially the food of rice, wheat. This is called famine. Where it is the larger scale, it is famine. Where it is the smaller scale, where it is seasonal crops fail, it is called drought. Factors have contributed to the increase in the growth of paddy and wheat yield over a long period. The factors like regular monsoons, support from government in the form of offering high minimum support price to paddy and wheat, effective implementation of watershed development programs, providing subsidies, inputs to farmers like fertilizers, seeds, etc., have contributed to the high growth of paddy and wheat. We have an example here 1943 to 45. We look at the image here. We can get the clarity. Photographs from Life magazine. Children trying to collect grain from goods train. Women sweeping grain fallen on the ground. In Bengal, 1943 to 45, nearly 3 to 5 million people died lack of food. Why do we get this kind of situation for us? 3 to 5 million people have passed away without having proper food. We have an example given for us in the image that could see the people, they are searching grains, picking up the grains, they eating the snakes and other animals, whatever getting on the road. Earlier they were rich farmers, they work in the lands, but later the situation made them to famine. The hunger strife in 1943 to 45 led what would be the factors this situation. First one, we have the rule of Britishers in the time. We don't have democratic setup, our own rulers. Second one, Britishers was very much interested, they carried the raw material. This lesson, the first section will focus on the issue of overall food security. the issue of production and availability of food for the country as whole. Food security means the issue of production and availability of food. The second section would discuss the access people have. Means how does one ensure that the available food reaches people. So first section, food security. Food security means production and availability of food for the country. Next section, access people have. So that is available food reaches people. Finally, we discuss in this session nutritious levels among the families. Food security of the country, increasing food grains production. Graph 1 shows production of select food grains in million tons. Years 1970 to 71 to 2010 to 11. Blue color shows paddy and brown color shows wheat. Green color shows jowar and remaining color oil seeds. The food production has grown over the period 1970 to 71 to 2010 to 11. Paddy production increased from about 40 million tons in 1970 to 71 to about 96 million tons in 2010 to 11. Another important food crop that witnessed rapid increase in production during this 40-year period was wheat. Wheat grain production also increasing 2017 70 to 71 to 2010 to 11. Compared to the paddy and wheat, the production of jowar, green color, the production of jowar did not increase during 1970 to 2011. This could be due to Green Revolution. Graph 2 shows us yield of select food grains in kilograms per hectare. Two crops, jowar and oil seeds. Two crops, jowar and oil seeds, always had low yield when compared with the paddy and wheat. Yet both these crops have shown slow increase in yield in recent years. Why should attention be given to increase the yield of jowar? Jowar is one of the important coarse cereals which grown in drylands area of India. It is important staple diet to millions of people living below poverty line. Moreover, as it is more nutritious, urban people are also preferring to have this food in their diet. But the production is not able to meet the required demand. So, proper attention should be given to increase the yield of jowar in India. What factors have contributed to the increase in the growth of paddy and wheat yield over a long period? The factors like regular monsoons, support from government in the form of offering high minimum support price to paddy and wheat, effective implementation of watershed development programs, providing subsidies, inputs to farmers like fertilizers, seeds, etc. have contributed to the high growth of paddy and wheat. Next topic, availability of food grains. The first requirement of a country is to able to produce food grains for the whole of its population. How do we measure whether there is enough food for all or not? Whether this food reaches families or not would be examined later. We are at first estimate what is available. This means that per person or per capita availability of food grains in the country should be sufficient and also increasing over the years. There is a difference between production and availability of food grains. This is estimated as availability of food grains for the year, availability of food grains per person per day. First, availability of food grains for the year. Production of food grains during the year plus net imports minus change in stock with the government. So, production of food grains during the year includes production minus seeds, feed and wastage plus imports. Imports means import minus exports. Next, minus change in stock with the government. Change in stock with the government means closing stock at the year end minus opening stock at the beginning. Next one, availability of food grains per person per day. Availability of food grains for the year divided by population by 365 days. So, how do we estimate availability of food grains for the year? Production of food grains during the year plus net imports minus change in stock with the government. How do we estimate availability of food grains per person per day? Availability of food grains for the year, whole the year divided by total population by 365 days. Next topic, availability of other food items. It is said that there is a change in consumption pattern with people demanding more fruits, vegetables, milk, meat, poultry and fisheries. This is a good sign for the consumer as well as producer. Consumer need a diverse food basket and a balanced diet. Farmers producing food grains can go for crop diversification in order to increase their income. So, Indian basic food basket consists of fine cereals like rice, wheat like jowar, ragi, bajra, etc. But with the recent change in settlement pattern is leading to change in consumption pattern where people demanding for diversification. Diversified food products like milk, egg, poultry, fisheries, fruits, etc. To meet these demand, farmers should adopt crop diversification methods, practicing allied activities like poultry, dairy farming, fishing, and with agriculture, which is also providing new opportunities for farmers. Although there has been increase in production of other food items over the years, it is not sufficient to meet the minimum dietary requirements. Nutritionists suggest that every person in India should eat 300 grams of vegetables and 100 grams of fruits in a day, whereas person per person availability of these food material is 180 grams of vegetables and 58 grams of fruits respectively. Similarly, person requirement of eggs is 180, whereas the availability of eggs is only 30. The meat dietary requirements are 11 kilograms per year, whereas the person per person availability is only 3.2 kilograms. We require 300 milliliters of milk, but whereas the per person availability is only 210 milliliters a day. Here page number 136, agriculture diversification example given. Based on this example, agricultural diversification is essential for better living of farmers. This is to be handled through careful planning. Since resources are diverted to corn crops, the food grains production may decrease. As a part of diversity in agriculture, dairy farming, fish farming, small industrial based on agriculture by products help farmers. The agriculture diversification is essential for Indian farmers. Agriculture diversification means giving importance to variety of crops with an agricultural area. For example, growing food crops, cash crops, next plantation crops, practicing aquaculture, dairy, poultry within the same agriculture fields. Diversification of agriculture is very important for Indian farmers because to meet demand of domestic market who are looking for diversified food basket to meet export demands and India's agriculture. Next topic, access to food. The next important aspect of food security is the access to food. Means all persons should have access to food. It should be within the reach of everyone. It is not sufficient to produce food grains and other items. Everyone should be able to buy them for consumption. Is everyone able to access the minimum food requirement? No. So food we eat gets burnt in our body and produces heat, and this is measured in terms of calories. This helps to do our work. If we eat less or less nutritious food, the calories intake of our body becomes less. A standard of 2100 kilocalories per day in urban areas and 2400 kilocalories in rural areas is the recommended food intake per day. The national average calories levels in both rural and urban areas are below the needed calories requirement. The consumption of calories has gone down between 1983 and 2004. The standard of food intake of rural areas 2400 calories. The status of production of goods and services between 1983 and 2004 increasing many times. The lowest calories intake observed in rural areas. 80% of people in rural areas in India consume food that is below the calorie standard. In the graph 3, you can see the lowest calories intake is for the people who are the poorest in the rural areas, and it is way below the recommended standard of 2400, whereas these are the people who are involved in the most difficult and heavy manual labors. So graph 3 shows us calories intake per person in rural India. What percentage of the people in rural India are consuming more calories are required? Only 25% of people in rural India are consuming more calories than are required. So what is the reason for consuming less calories than are required in rural India? The major reason for low calories intake is the lack of purchasing power of the people. People don't have adequate income to buy food. There are various reasons for this, as you have read in the discussion on poverty unemployment, public facilities, etc. So, poverty, unemployment, and low purchasing powers are reasons for consuming less calories than are required in rural India. Okay, children. I hope you all understood the topics: food security of the country, increasing food grains production, availability of food grains, how do we estimate the food grains, availability of food grains for the year, availability of food grains per person per day, availability of other food items. Thank you.